Hi everyone, welcome to the part 3 of the UnSloth AI assignments. So previously in the part 1 we did fine tuning using Llama 3.1, then continued pre-training using Tiny Llama, chat template applications using Tiny Llama. These three were in the part 1, and then in part 2 we continued with reward modeling with ORPO and DPO, and then after that we did the continued fine tuning from a saved checkpoint. So these two were in the part two. So in the part three, I'm going to continue with mental health chatbot and exporting to Ollama. So as you can see, mental health chatbot is nothing but fine-tuning Phi-3 Mini on the. So this is the dataset that I have, mental health counseling conversations dataset, and it focuses on generating empathetic and supportive responses to the user when he gives a particular question which requires some kind of mental health counseling. And then it also includes critical ethical consideration and disclaimers in the system prompt. So, because it is generated from AI at the end of the day, it is not a doctor sitting at the other end and giving responses. So that is why we have disclaimers and also why to why it is better to visit a doctor in case of any health issues. And then after that, we also have the Ollama export, where I've done merging of the fine-tuned LoRA adapters into the base model, and then exporting the merged model to the GGUF format using the save pre-trained GGUF, and then uh, creating of the model file and also run the model file locally. So this is what we're going to discuss in this part. So let me go back and open the collapse. So let's begin with the mental health chatbot. So we obviously need the GPU to run this, and after that we have the installation process, how we're going to install UnSloth and everything else. And then this is for the dependencies that we have. We're just going to download the datasets. This process takes a lot of time, so it's better if you use a higher RAM GPU. And then this is the importing part where we're doing all the imports. And then this is the model that I'm loading, Phi-3 Mini 4K instruct PNB 4-bit. And then I gave the sequence length as 2048 instead of the normal 1024 that I gave previously, because Phi-3 Mini supports up to 4K. So we're using the minimum 2K for balance. And then this is the data set that I'm taking, mental health counseling conversations. And then I'm just creating a subset that I'll be using, because uh, it takes a lot of time for these UnSloth models to run. So I just wanted to take a preset of 1000 conversations. And then this is the output directory that we're doing all of the printing, etc. This is where we're loading the model and also defining the tokenizer template. So this is the part where I'm loading the model name, sequence length, data type, and also load in 4-bit. This is the tokenizer where I'm getting it. And then, so you can see that this is how we're going to get the reply as. Then we're taking the chat template as that. And yeah, so this is how we're doing it. Everything is done. And then this is the configuration of the LoRa. We're loading the model here and also configuring LoRA. And then this is where we're loading the dataset and also the pre-processing or the whatever processing steps we need to do for the dataset is done here. So taking the dataset loaded, and then selecting a subset of the dataset, inspecting all the features that are there in the dataset, like the column names and how we want to map those columns to our model. So we have context and response, those are our required columns, doing everything. So as you can see, this is the context, and then we have a response for that. So context is nothing but the user question or the query that the user will have, and then response is what the mental health bot will be replying. So this is for that, and after that, this is where we're defining the formatting function. So this is where we give all the disclaimers. So you are an agent to and you're trained to provide empathetic listening and helpful information, all of that. Then these are the limitations and the disclaimers. So I cannot provide medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. I am not a substitute for qualified mental health professional, and then my purpose is to offer general support, information, etc. It's not for like you still have to visit a doctor or a professional who is experienced. So yeah, so it'll give a thing saying you have to contact someone else if, for a crisis. So I'll just do my best to listen and respond supportively within my capability. So that is what the prompt is. And then here we have system, user, and assistant as three roles. So these are the limitations. Then we're applying the formatting to the data set. So yeah, because as I already mentioned, it's at the end of the day, it's just an AI agent sitting, not a professional doctor who's replying. So this is the configuration of the trainer part, which is passing all the parameters that we required. After that, we're doing the training process. I have defined around 75 steps. Uh, yeah, we have around 75 steps. That's why it is going till 75. And then it took me around 31 minutes to finish the training. Then saving the adapters, everything. So these are the files that were generated. This is where the testing is done. So these are the test prompts that I have, a few of them. So the first prompt is I've been feeling really overwhelmed and anxious lately. So it says, it sounds like you're going through a tough time. I'm just here to listen and support. Do you want to tell me what's going on? And then what are some coping strategies for stress is the second prompt. One of the most effective coping strategies for stress is to do something that you enjoy, etc., etc. I think I might be depressed. Can you diagnose me? I can't diagnose you, but I can tell you a lot about depression. So it just tells that I can't diagnose you directly. You will still have to. Um, so it says you. I would recommend that you talk to a professional who can help you get appropriate care. So it'll just talk with you. It's just an empathetic listener. I would say it's not like a professional responder or professional doctor sitting at the other end. Tell me more about cognitive behavioral therapy that is done. I feel hopeless and don't know what to do. You've already taken the first step by reaching out, etc., etc. I'm not a therapist. So basically, it'll give you steps on how to uh, make yourself better. And the last thing I'll say is if you still don't feel better doing these things, it's better if you uh, meet a professional uh, help who can help you out in these situations. So that is all about doing the mental health chatbot. Let's go to the exporting to Ollama. So I've run the GGUF model using Ollama on my local machine, but I don't have the output for that. But I'll still show how I can export the model and how you can run it. So this is the installation process. After that, this is my Hugging Face token is here, but then doesn't matter because I've already um, what do you say, decommissioned it or like disabled that particular token. So, and then after that, defining all of the model parameters, dropout, and then we're taking the Databricks Dolly 15K dataset again, loading the base model and tokenizer. Since what model is not defined, so I just took uh, the model which I felt was appropriate. Then this is the chat template we're defining, configuration of the LoRA, loading of the dataset, and then this is a pre-processing of the dataset where we're using three different columns or three different things. I would say instruction, context, and response. And then this is the messages list. So this is how it should be. So there's one user and assistant. User will be asking questions and assistant will be replying. This is the this is the applying of the formatting. So as you can see, this is the question: who are the children of the legendary Garth Greenhand and all of that? And so these are the basically the children that he had. So that is what is given as the answer. This is the configuration of the SF SFTT trainer, sorry, SFT trainer. That is done, and after that we have the fine tuning part. So I've given 9 epochs, 50 steps, everything, and it took me around 18 minutes or 17.21 minutes. This is where I'm doing the exporting. So merge and unload the model. So this is where I'm all of the preparation or the pre-processing things that I need to do for the exporting is done here. And then this is where I'm doing the save retain GGUF. So this is how the exporting is done. So as you can see, the first thing is installation of the Llama CBP, and then converting the HF to GGUF, and then converting the GGUF to Q4KM. So all of that is done, and the model is also saved. So as you can see, it takes a long time for this. This is the file that I tried uploading to my GitHub, but I was not able to because of the file format. So yeah, this is the GGUF that I exported. And then I have the instructions that are required for running the Ollama. This is what I followed to run the GGUF file in my local. But yeah, um, this is how you do it. So this is how you send the message, like uh, whatever question you have, and then followed by a question mark. And then this is the prompt to exit the chat conversation. So I did all of this in my local, but yeah, basically this is what you do. Or exporting to Ollama and then running that. First, you'll have to install Ollama on your local and then continue with the process. So these are the steps that I followed. The same thing basically, whatever is here. Downloading GGUF and then creating a model file, and then in the command prompt you go to that file and then run it. So yeah, this is for running. This is for the creation. Oh, sorry. Yeah, this is all about the last part where we're doing the exporting and then running it locally in our system. So I have attached a few links that were helpful for me. So yeah, thank you.